Hi, welcome to Blade and Brush. I'm Mike, your wet shaver, back with another video, and this time we've got another Polish shave cream, which I've not used on the channel before. This is Jago. I want to say that's how it's pronounced. I don't know. Wow, my hair is really looking like Kramer. Just came out of the shower and it's like this. But yeah, this is a Polish shave cream. It's part of a 4-pack that I had gotten some years back, which included the liter, the Vars, and the fresh shave cream. But this was another one, and I've not actually used this, and it occurred to me, you know what? Since I don't have a whole lot remaining that I haven't used already on the channel, why not use this today, and we'll see what happens. So as you can see, the little metal foil cap is still on the tube. So we're going to go ahead and use this today. I've already filled up my shave bowl with water. So now let's go ahead and begin. And so I got an update on my test results. So I think I mentioned this before. If not, I'm just going to say it now. So apparently I have hypothyroidism, which means that my thyroid gland is not producing the hormones that it needs to send to my body. So I spoke with my doctor on Friday, who explained the test results to me. And paradoxically, the 13.2 readings from the test do not indicate an overabundance of thyroid hormones, but rather a lack of them. It's weird, but hey, I didn't design the test. So I'm using my Omega boar brush with the ashwood handle. So Saturday I went ahead and picked up the medication from CVS, and I have to take it first thing in the morning, about 4 hours before I actually eat anything. So I have to take the medication on an empty stomach with plenty of water. And then because I have to avoid taking any vitamin supplements or any food within 4 hours of taking it, that means basically I just take the pill 4 hours before eating anything, because apparently that can interfere with the absorption of the medicine. So I'm going to be taking that indefinitely. I don't know how long, maybe for life, I don't know. But I have a follow-up appointment on the 3rd of next month, and so that's going to go ahead and do another test where we'll see, where we are with regards to my high blood pressure and with any noticeable results from taking the thyroid medication, and adjust accordingly if it's needed. So, yeah. So I've got my first testimonial from my website. So I went ahead and sent a bunch of messages with the link, asking for a brief 1 or 2 sentence statement from people I've worked with. Yeah, check that out. Because it's one thing to have a portfolio, quite another thing to have the people you've worked with vouching for you. Because pictures only tell one part of the story, and coming from a film and digital media background, well, movies have been talkies for over a century now, or about a century. Because pictures will tell you things that you'll read into them. Yep, there goes a dryer. Doing laundry today. And I've got my portfolio up. And I'm going to be getting that more organized into different sections as I learn how the website editor works. Because I'll have sections for like headshots and glamour photography, boudoir photography, weddings, portraits, stuff like that. Well, the Yago is about what I expected from a shave cream. It is nice and slick. Now, if it has a noticeable scent, I'm not detecting it. Unfortunately, the back of the tube is in Polish. Just has the ingredient label in English, and it's the usual chemical stuff, but it doesn't really say anything about the scent profile, at least nothing that I can read. Yeah, I'm only half Polish and fourth generation at that, so yeah, it's not really anything that I can decipher, but if you want to take a look at it, now this is the label. Let's see if you can read the text here. Because that way you can at least freeze a frame and see if you can read it that way. All right, so now we're going for pass number 2. Tomorrow I have a 30-minute interview for an English teaching position. So wish me luck. I'm doing plenty of prep work. I fully intend to ace this interview. So I'm getting really tired of being unemployed. So I do have bills to pay, some that are overdue, and I really cannot afford to keep letting them go unpaid. So it affects my whole credit rating. I don't need that. So by the way, the blade I'm using is an Astra Superior Platinum, one of the Russian-made ones. This is a second use this week, first use being yesterday. And I'll have a link, of course, where you can get it. I find the Indian-made ones, at least the tuck that I bought, aren't quite the same. But yeah, for political reasons, Gillette pulled its stake from the Russian factory in St. Petersburg. And instead got a stake in another one in India, where the quality control is a lot less acceptable, in my opinion. Well, because people want to act like the Cold War is still a thing. It's like, dudes, come on, grow up. It's like, if you don't think politics affects you, no, it absolutely does. Somebody starts a war and starts levying sanctions against the other country, and all of a sudden businesses that were doing pretty well over there, instead have to get moved around. And instead of being brought over here to make the blades, naturally they go where it's even cheaper to make them. Because the thing about tariffs and sanctions, you don't actually get companies to set up shop here in the United States, because the incentive's not there. We don't have the manufacturing infrastructure. Businesses don't want the manufacturing infrastructure here because that would cost more money than it would in some other country. And so with no incentive to repatriate manufacturing here, the only thing that results from wars, whether economic or otherwise, is that we end up paying more for stuff that we otherwise would. And now even the dollar is actually lower against other currencies, like, for example, the Philippine peso. So a year ago, I was spending maybe $50 on 2 weeks worth of groceries. During my stay there. And now you might pay anywhere from $75 to $100 depending on where you're going. Like if you're going to one of the supermarkets that's built inside one of the malls, yeah, you're going to pay more. And so it's still cheaper to get your food from the various street markets. Which you probably should anyway, just because you want to help out smaller retailers and family farms. Yeah, one of the things I really like about the Astra Superior Platinum, at least the Russian-made ones, is that while they're not quite as sharp as the Astra Stainless, they're more forgiving, and you get a smoother glide across the skin. But there's a reason why the Astra blades were in the top 5 sharpest razor blade companies. Or at least they were until a few years ago. I don't know if they still are. Yeah, pairing this with my Razor Rock Goat, wow, it's even better than in my Mercury 34, which is saying something. Because I thought that was my perfect razor and blade combination. Not anymore. It's a Razor Rock Goat and the Astras. All right, so let's start our post shave. So witch hazel and alum. Okay, so I'm getting a nice healthy zing. Not quite a sting. It's kind of borderline. Which is typical of Astras in my opinion. Usually the first shave will give you like really close irritation free. Second one, you'll get a little bit of a zing and then it'll kind of balance out. And then you won't really get much of anything for the next few shaves, and then towards the end of its life, you'll start feeling an increasing irritation. Which is usually when I stop using it. I don't even let razors get to the pull and tug state. Because if you're shaving with a razor and it's pulling and tugging on your skin, yeah, that's too dull and you need to change it out. So I don't even wait for that. That's when the irritation gets to the point where I find it uncomfortable. That's when I change out the blade. And now that tuck of Astra Superior Stainless, I never actually reached that. I suppose I could have pushed it a little bit more, but most blades only give you about 4 to 6 shaves, depending. And the Astras have a good reputation for lasting quite a bit longer than that. But I don't like to push my luck. All right, so what did I do? Oh yeah, usually I reach for the balm up there, but yeah, so post-shave treatment is Duke Cannon's post-shave balm. All right, and this I got in a piff from the Shaved In. I'll go ahead and link to the forum in the description below. But they have a section where you can do a piff or pay it forward. And if you're lucky, you might win some cool stuff. One of those is this very nearly empty bottle of Cologne, Coros Eau de Toilette. It's a Yves Saint Laurent. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. Wow, it stings. Thanks. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and see if I can apply an ice pack or something, just for this to cool down, or maybe something mentholated. But yeah, that was it for today's shave. So once again, Jego Polish Shave Cream, followed up by the Duke Cannon Shave Balm, and the Coros blade was an Astra Superior Platinum, the Russian-made version. I will link to the most available iteration in the description below. That's pretty much it. Like, share, comment, subscribe to all the YouTube things, and hit that bell notification so you never miss a video. Until next time, this is Mike for Blade and Brush, signing off.